Have you ever found yourself spiraling into frustration when things don't go as planned, or felt incapacitated by anxiety when facing the unknown? Maybe you're trying to control every detail of your life, only to end up feeling more out of control. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us struggle with the chaos of daily life and the unpredictable nature of the world around us. But what if there was a philosophy that could help you find peace in the turbulence and clarity in confusion? Stoicism, an ancient school of philosophy, provides exactly that. It's about focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't, an idea as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Imagine, if you will, the emperor of Rome, Marcus Aurelius, sitting in a quiet corner of his palace at dusk. The weight of the empire rests on his shoulders. Barbarians threaten at the borders, plague ravages the cities, and political intrigue brews within his own court. Yet, amidst the turmoil, Marcus finds solace in the teachings of Stoicism. By candlelight, he pens his meditations, reflecting on the transience of life and the importance of virtue. These writings, never intended for publication, offer a raw glimpse into his struggle to align his actions with nature and reason. Here was a man who had immense power and yet understood the limits of that power. By focusing on what he could control, his perceptions, his actions, his responses, Marcus navigated the storms of his life with a calm and steady hand. This vivid portrait of an emperor who practiced daily self-reflection reminds us that the core tenets of Stoicism are applicable no matter your station in life. At its heart, Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. This is encapsulated in the dichotomy of control, a central Stoic concept, which divides our concerns into things we can influence and things we cannot. The former includes our thoughts, intentions, and actions, while the latter encompasses everything outside of our direct influence, like the weather, other people's opinions, or random events. By focusing only on what is within our control, we free ourselves from the emotional turmoil caused by trying to control the uncontrollable. This principle is illustrated beautifully by the story of a Stoic teacher named Epictetus. Born a slave, Epictetus understood limitations firsthand. He taught that suffering stems from trying to control what we have no control over, and serenity comes from accepting that lack of control. Imagine trying to control the ocean waves. No matter how hard you try, they will crash as they will. But if you ride them, adjusting your sail with each swell, you reach your destination. The Stoics believed that by choosing virtue and rational response over emotional reaction, you could realize true freedom and resilience. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature and reason. This means recognizing that we are part of a larger whole, and that our actions should contribute positively to the community and the world. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, advised that we each have a role to play in the grand scheme of things, and that fulfilling this role with integrity is the pathway to happiness. It's akin to being a skilled musician in an orchestra. Each musician must play their part well for the entire symphony to come together. You might be the violinist who leads the melody or the percussionist who keeps the rhythm. Regardless of your role, executing it with excellence enriches the entire performance. In today's context, living according to Stoic principles means cultivating an awareness of the impermanence of all things. This awareness is not meant to be morbid, but rather to enhance gratitude and present-mindedness. When you understand that moments are fleeting, you begin to appreciate them more. It's like savoring a fine piece of chocolate. You don't rush through it, but rather let it melt slowly, relishing each nuance of flavor. Similarly, by accepting life's transience, you learn to focus more on the present, finding joy in each moment without clinging to the past or worrying excessively about the future. But how do we bring these ancient ideas into our morning routines and daily lives? The first step is practice. Think of this like a mental workout. When you wake up, take a few moments to prepare for the day, not just physically, but mentally. You might start with a practice inspired by Marcus Aurelius himself. A morning meditation where you remind yourself of the nature of the day ahead. Acknowledge that you may encounter challenges and difficult people, but also remind yourself of your capacity to respond with patience and understanding. This is akin to an athlete mentally preparing before a big game, visualizing not just the physical plays, but the mental composure required. Another practical application is through journaling. Take time each day to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and experiences. Ask yourself, was I virtuous today? Did I act with integrity? This self-examination, akin to Marcus Aurelius's own nightly reflections, helps reinforce the Stoic ideals and brings greater clarity to your personal journey. Consider setting aside a few minutes each evening to write down what went well, what didn't, and how you might improve tomorrow. It's a simple practice, but powerful in guiding your growth and understanding of what truly matters. Next, practice the Stoic technique of negative visualization. By imagining the loss of the things or people you cherish, you cultivate a deeper appreciation for them in your life without taking them for granted. This isn't meant to make you morbid or fearful, but rather to bring about a profound sense of gratitude and presence. It's like appreciating a clear sky after a week of rain. The beauty of the moment becomes much more vivid when you recognize its potential absence. By regularly contemplating these scenarios, your present becomes richer and your attachment to temporary circumstances diminishes. To address common challenges when you're faced with a situation that stirs anxiety or frustration, pause and ask, is this within my control? If it's not, practice releasing it. This takes time and conscious effort, like learning to relax a muscle you didn't realize was tense. Consider the example of standing in a long line at the grocery store. Instead of fuming at the delay, use this time as an opportunity to practice patience and observe the world around you, an exercise in mindfulness that the Stoics would endorse. Recognize that the only thing you can control is how you choose to spend this waiting time, either in agitation or in calm reflection. Lastly, embrace the idea of memento mori, the reminder that we are mortal and life is transient. This is not to evoke fear, but to encourage you to live more fully. Recognize that each day is a unique gift and that delaying action is a luxury we may not always have. Is there something you've been postponing, a dream you've been afraid to pursue? The Stoic mindset encourages you to take that step today. Let this awareness light a fire under your aspirations, motivating you to live authentically and with urgency, much like a candle flickering vibrantly against the darkness. Stoicism, at its core, offers a pathway to navigate life's complexities with grace and virtue. By focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot, you cultivate a sense of peace amidst chaos. The ancient Stoics showed us that the key to a fulfilling life is not in the accumulation of material possessions or the absence of adversity, but in the cultivation of wisdom and resilience. So as you go about your day, embrace these principles. Practice self-reflection, gratitude, and focus on the present moment. You have the power to shape your responses, to align your actions with reason and virtue, and to experience a life of simplicity and joy. Remember, the wisdom of the Stoics is not just found in their writings, but in the way we choose to apply those teachings to the moments of our everyday lives. Carry these teachings forward and let them empower you to face each day with courage and clarity.